is going on, everybody? So we got a little bit of a close-up here. Let's see if we can zoom out a little bit. There we go. So, not usually doing too much work here in the insert name. I'm not sure what we're going to call it yet. But today, I've had an infatuation with Mercury. I want to do some collecting on it. So we're going to play around a little bit with this stuff and see if we can get a decent amount. Now, I've got a little bit, or a couple of these old thermostats. And, of course, we want our gloves on. I need some goods. So, let's see here. What is the best way about going about this stuff? Let's get these wires out of the way. Maybe. 1, 2, and 3. And then we got 2 on this side. Let's see. Perfect. All right, let me get some snips or something real quick. Cut them off there. We don't need those right now. Bend that out of the way. See exactly what we're working with. All right. Well, it looks like it's just kind of held on here. It does look like it is soldered on at the top. So I imagine that's where we're going to be cracking the glass. Doesn't want to give it up. Let's see if we can. There it is. So this is that solder joint I was talking about right here. So if I go like this, it's going to pop up there. So I'm going to try and keep the pressure up here by my thumb. I don't know if it's going to work or not. Yep. Try and do that again. All right, so I got it loose. It's let's see here. I grabbed the wrong thing. There we go. Which made my pan dirty. Alright, so let's see if I can just pull this wire out here. And let's see if I can get that mercury to come out that hole. We'll go in with it. I'll try that. Definitely not going to make it through that hole. Definitely not going to do it. Nothing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got a little bit out there. Man, this stuff is pretty cool. I could see why kids would want to play with this back in the day. Look at that. It's pretty cool. Just when you think you got it all. More pop. Look at that. There's one little ball left in there. We may have to go back in for that. And then it's kind of like just collect all of the goods. There we have it. We got some mercury. So I'm going to keep that in here. Another glass jar. And I'm going to try and suck it up with the pipette. Whoa, that is crazy. Look at that. Could you hear it? Look at that. Oh, this stuff is pretty cool. Okay, cool. All right, well, maybe let's start with a couple a little bigger piece. I may cut the end of this off so we have a little bigger hole to go through. But I've got a whole bunch of those. So I can't say a whole bunch of them, but I've got let's see here, 2 here, 2 there, and 2 more of them. 2 more there and 2 more there. So we should have a pretty good chunk when all's said and done. What I'll do is I'll just go ahead and do the rest of these off camera. And then I'll take you back in here when I've got all of the mercury at least inside here. And then yeah, we'll continue to play. These ones might be a little easier. Wow, that is pretty wild. Yeah, it doesn't even stick to the glass or nothing. Okay, cool. And it grows. I bring it back in. All right. And there we have it. Looks like some Terminator metal, huh? So, let's see. This was way too small. Looks like we have mercury stuck in there. I'm going to go ahead and just cut a little bit off of here. A little bigger opening anyways. Alright, we're going to try this again. No go. Let me grab another one of these, see if I can do it with the smaller now that I got a little bit more to play with. All right, so what I think I'm going to do in the future when I collect this stuff is I'm going to have two pans. I'm going to have a pan where I break the glass and a pan where I pour the mercury. And that should be able to keep the mercury a little cleaner because I am picking up some dust particles in there. Let's see here. And if I break the glass in one container, it's still contained just in case it falls out, right? Wow, it's heavy. I suppose that's what you get out of liquid metal, eh? Oh. Okay. This feels so bizarre. Oh, that shot right back out. Wow. Oh, that's... Oh. You see the dust on the top there? Maybe we'll have to figure out a way to clean that up a little bit. There we go. Look at that. My mercury. I just have it sitting in some distilled water right now. I do have kind of like a display case to put this in just because this is glass and I would hate for this to tip over and shatter because trying to suck that up was quite the challenge. So there's a couple of things that I've learned about dealing with mercury here. Obviously, this stuff is really dangerous. So, you know, please make sure you have all of your protection in order, all that fun stuff. I did have a mask on when I was not talking, disassembling the rest of those. Of course, I had my safety glasses and my gloves. So, like I was saying before, one thing I think I'm going to do, the next time, is I'm going to have two bowls. One to break the glass in over just in case some falls out. It's contained in there. The second one will be nice and clean, free of dust, and I'll pour it into that one. Thinking about it now, I probably should have a big container that those little two containers are in too, just in case something happens to those other containers. Those are ceramic, so like if those broke, some shape, form, you know, I should probably have it in a plastic tub so that it's not as likely to break. But if those do break, everything is contained because those, I can only imagine if that hit the floor, it would be everywhere and it would be a disaster. Well, I can't, yeah, this stuff is toxic, so you got to be careful with it, right? A lot of the stuff we deal with here on the channel is extremely toxic or poisonous in one way, shape, or another. So, you know, just be careful with this stuff if you are messing with it. The container that's going to be sitting in is airtight. So, we have an airtight container here, and it will be in a secondary airtight container. And where the distilled water will hopefully keep the vapors down, because this does create mercury vapors, which in large forms are not good to breathe for you. So just be careful with it. But it is cool. I mean, how is it not cool? Like, it's cool. It's cool. I can see why people will play. I mean, I'm kind of like a big kid myself, right? I haven't grown up or matured in some ways, shape, or form. Yeah, I still I still like to play with stuff like that. Anyways, that is it. That is the mercury. I hope to collect more. I did find Nile Red's video. He was actually playing with some mercury himself, and I found a way to clean this up, get all those dust particles out of there. So I'm not going to do that right now because it does seem, you do seem to lose a little bit of the mercury when you clean it up that way. And I don't have a whole lot to begin with. So when we get a little bit more, we'll clean it up at that point. So just so I'm not, losing half the mercury and I have just a little drop of it. So, well, changing it up here on Silverstall. It is silver, but it's not silver. It's mercury. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.